Did you?
3 days of no bathing and sitting in the studio with June Millington. You end up like this.
Oh wait, and there's your Grammy nominations and the 1917 Victrola. Okay, so can you go through them from left to right? Who's who?
Yes, my first nomination was the R&B box, 30 Years of Rhythm and Blues. They called me and said, Bob, we have good news and bad news. The good news is you've been nominated for a Grammy. The bad news is you're up against the Beatles.
Really?
And if the Beatles don't get you, the John Coltrane box will. And they ended up giving the award to Jascha Heifetz.
Oh! You lost to Jascha Heifetz?
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah, and so did the Beatles and John Coltrane and I. The second one was for the Mel Torme box. Now, we had a feeling, those of us that worked on the box, that we might have a chance with this because Mel had just had a stroke and was very sickly. Although we were up against the Frank Sinatra box and Frank Sinatra had just died. So we were wondering whether the vote would go to the dead person or the sick person. And once again, it went to something totally unrelated. I don't remember who we lost to, but it was totally unrelated.
Wow.
Then the next year I was double nominated. I was nominated for the Gene Autry box and the Ray Charles box. And I thought, well, it's worth going to New York and getting the tuxedo because Susan Lucci never had it this good. I was nominated against myself. I was 2 of the 5 nominations. And they opened the envelope and they said the winner is the Smithsonian Folk Collection. But I did, Gene gave me a wonderful letter and it was given to me the day of the Grammys that year where Gene said, you made my music sound the way I remembered it the day it was recorded. That was cool.
Nice.
Then, Great Moments of the 20th Century box down there. That lost to the Louis Armstrong box. But that was with my friends Mike Johnson and Dave McLeese of Rhino. We were nominated together on that. I actually have video of that loss. And then my last one was the Washington Square Memoirs, the history of folk music in Washington Square in New York.
All right. Want to fade out on your mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.